Hi everyone. In this segment, I want to talk about DME, or durable medical equipment. The things that I'm going to show you today are things that hospice can provide. You'll see the things that I've chosen to purchase on my own, but remember, it is a hospice benefit for you. Here's the master bath shower. Now, as you can probably tell, I've done some work to it. There is no longer a glass enclosure. I took that down a couple of months ago. I installed a shower curtain rod and two individual shower curtains, different lengths. One that hits right there at the level of the tub, and then one that comes all the way down to this bottom curb on the front. I did that so that I could still take showers in there without the glass enclosure. This particular shower chair is called a toilet to tub shower chair. That's one of the reasons why it has the hole in the middle. This particular one does not have the piece that goes into the middle to make it a solid seat. This one just always has a hole. And the reason I got this particular one is because of the lateral transfer distance. Notice that it goes all the way into the center of the shower. There were a couple that I had tried that were a little bit shorter. Now, the reason why I finally went this route with the shower curtains and this particular shower transfer chair is because I felt it was getting more and more difficult to get Stephanie in and out of the shower. And this way, I can sit her down on the shower chair, and then it slides all the way across, and I'll show you that in just a moment, into the shower. The CNA usually stands over there where that shower head is down kind of low, and will bathe Stephanie from there. Now, without making you too queasy, I'm going to move a little bit here and show you that there's some tabs down on the bottom of the chair, and you just slide it all the way in, and then it locks on the other side so that it can't move out. Now, this is height adjustable and not length adjustable. They do make an actual longer one. I chose this one because if I needed to have her take and move it into the other bathroom, the guest bathroom, this particular one will fit over top of the toilet and transfer into the tub. So a couple of other modifications that I made was the shower head. I added a longer shower hose on it. And then I've got a couple of extra holders down here so that we don't have to pull it down from the higher position when it's time to give Stephanie a shower. Okay, and while I am here, I'll show you what I use. This is a Desert Essence. I'm going to sit down. This is a Desert Essence tea tree oil face wash, but you can use it on your entire body. This is what we use on her body. I do have a feminine wash that I just get from Walmart, the Equate brand. And this right here is Melaleuca Herbal Shampoo. It also contains tea tree. And I wanted something that was conditioning, but not too much, and that had the tea tree oil in it because Stephanie is not getting a shower but 3 times a week. This is a bedside commode that hospice provided as part of their services. We've only used it once, and Stephanie is still mobile enough that I can get her up even early morning, late at night, and walk her into the bathroom, of course, with my help. But I wanted to keep it because I know that we will be using this eventually. One of the things you notice is the tub underneath. I actually have that lined with just a clear plastic garbage bag. That actually sits in the commode seat. That's one of the ways that it's a lot easier to just gather up the waste and be able to dispose of it. We're here in the garage, and I wanted to show you that when we moved into this house, I changed the stairs going into the house from the garage. There are now 3 stairs. There used to be 2. And I made the top step level with the threshold of the door. That gave me more room on the top step in order to be able to walk into the house instead of having to step up and into the house at the same time. Also added the handrails. But since then, and because we have the wheelchair, I've added a ramp. The ramp is a collapsible ramp that I bought off of Amazon. I think this one ran me about $250. Like I said, it folds up, so it goes down to about 1/4 the size. Now, I've put a couple of braces underneath and actually secured it to the top step going into the house. And I did this to make it a little bit more permanent so that it wouldn't slide out from underneath us. It'd be a little bit more sturdy. This is the primary entry exit that I use for Stephanie in the wheelchair to bring her into the garage to get her into the car in case we have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment, things like that. Now, you can fold it up and take it with you, but most public buildings, I hesitate to say all public buildings, are American Disabilities Act compliant, meaning they will have a way for you to get into that building via some type of wheelchair accessible ramp. So even though the portability is nice, it's not necessary. I liked the lightweight function and feature of this. I liked that I could fold it up and move it to another door if I needed to. And it was just really convenient. And again, I got this off of Amazon. I also have another smaller one that I use at the front door. And then I have an even smaller one that I use as a secondary at the front door for just the stoop going in through the door that I was actually able to pick up at a garage sale. The last thing I'd like to show you is Stephanie's wheelchair. Now again, this is a hospice benefit. You can get one from them for free. But the one that they provided, I just felt that the seat cushion and the back were really hard and they were not very comfortable. Also, the tires were very hard rubber. And I wanted something that was going to be more comfortable for Stephanie when we went on walks. Now, I do also have a 2-inch gel foam pad for the seat that hospice provided, and I still use that sometimes. But this one I bought from a company called Karma, and it is the Karma S Ergo 115. Here are some things I like about this one in particular. First, I bought the 20-inch. Their standard sizes are 18 and 20. I bought the 20-inch, so it was a little bit wider, a little bit more comfortable. I also, come around here to the tires, like the fact that the rubber tires were a little bit softer. So every time we hit a bump on the sidewalk, you know, the shock wasn't as great. And the seats are just a mesh pad. So the seat and the back, mesh pad, that I've actually overlaid a waterproof pad onto. I just bought that off of Amazon. And this right here is just some carpet pad that I put underneath it, some grip to keep the bottom of the pad in place. A couple other things I liked about this one is the handles were a little bit higher. On the one that the hospice provided, I felt like I was leaning over a little bit trying to hold onto the handles. And the brake system on this one, standard brake system, but I will tell you that they hold the chair nice and firm. Now, if you're on a slick surface, the chair will still slide. The wheels will slide across it, like you can see on our hardwood floor here. The wheels will slide across it. One of the things that I added was a backrest or a headrest. And I did this because at the time, Stephanie was holding her head back and she was really straining it backwards. And this helps her to keep it forward, but also gives her a place to rest it. Now, that was an add-on. If I had bought it from the wheelchair company, it would have cost an arm and a leg. I bought it off of Amazon for about $20, I believe it was. And it simply attaches to the bar that the handle is on. So it just screws down in place. One thing really nice about this particular headrest is they have little detents on either side of the holders where it attaches, and you can actually remove the headrest. Now that's of course very important when you are transporting the chair because you want to fold it up. This particular one folds up pretty easily. Right there on the armrest is a restraint. Now, Stephanie's problem now, she doesn't hold her head back as much, but she leans forward. And for her own protection, her own safety, I put this belt on her every time I put her in the chair because I'm concerned that she could lean so far forward that she would fall out. Last thing I'd like to show you is another add-on is this pad right behind the footrest. Now this pad makes it so, let's see, I'll bring it down like it's supposed to be. Okay, I was looking for something that would actually close the gap between the footrest, which this does, and I can rest Stephanie's feet on top of the pad, especially when we go out on walks, because what she has a tendency of doing is she'll keep her right foot on the footrest, but her left foot will dangle down between the two footrests. That's just where she normally keeps it, which can be a problem when you're going up and down curbs and things like that. So I set this down, put her feet on top of it, and either her feet will be on top of it or it'll be resting on the front here. Even if it's resting on the front, it holds it higher off the ground so that I don't hit it on a curb and potentially hurt her foot or her ankles. So that's the wheelchair. And yes, they are not cheap, but this is something that I wanted for Stephanie because I also wanted to put a lot of miles on it when we go on walks. May God give you strength on your journey. I'll see you again soon.